guys, and welcome to another Mad Chili video. Today is episode number 2 of our Euro Truck Sim series. Before we start, I just want to show you guys the mods I have in case you guys want to check them out. Literally just 3 mods in case you want to check them out on the Steam Workshop. Now, actually version 1.38 has come out today. There are brand new graphical improvements. SSAO has been introduced, and don't ask me what that means because I've got no clue. Like, it's a graphical improvement, basically. It is a new feature of the graphics. I think it's something to do with the shading. And also they've redone the city of Lille. They've introduced a few new things for DAF trucks in terms of painting, and they've also redesigned the route advisor, so it'll be interesting to see how this Hemmel's route advisor actually works. But anyway, I'll go ahead and pick a job, and then I'll resume the recording there. Also, guys, I actually discovered what screen space ambient occlusion. That's what SSAO stands for. So there we go. And I'll just go on with picking a job quickly. Alright, here we are, guys. Loaded in Nice, we are. Obviously, we still haven't got our own trucks, we're just having to follow around this sort of stuff. But we're here in Nice, in this lovely MAN truck here. We're taking a bunch of silica over to Porto Vecchio on the island of Corsica, I think that's called. As I said, I wanted to make my way over to these islands, so I saw the perfect opportunity to do that. So we've got 261 kilometres to do by land, so I'm not sure how long it'll take exactly. And by the way, the Hemmel's route advisor does work with this new. It does work with the new route advisor. Performance in this new update at the moment, I'm not managing a soft 60, so I might have to, by default it put my SSAO on medium, so maybe we'll turn it back down to medium. I've got everything else literally whacked up to high, so maybe it's better on medium, I don't know. It's a new feature, so maybe it's still being performance tweaked, who knows. We'll try loading in with that. But yeah, there is a little bit of lag, not lag, but I'm getting 45 FPS instead of 60. There we go, that's better. That's better, we're getting 60 again now. And obviously the fact that I'm recording does also take away a little bit of processor performance. However, I think it's probably my graphics card that's lagging behind here. And you can instantly tell there is some clear graphical improvement here. It does look really nice. We've got a little sat-nav down there, so we're not going to need our own sat-nav. We'll make our way out here and to the left. There we go. And out we go, heading to Porto Vecchio. If that's how you pronounce it, it's French actually, so it might be a bit different to that. I was pronouncing it like it was Italian, but you know, never mind. And yeah, you can see the Hemmel's route advisor does clearly work with this new the new route advisor in version 1.38, which is really nice to see actually. I'm loving the SSAO as well. You can tell around things like the cab area and areas of the scenery. It's still a little bit laggy. I'm not laggy, but not 60 FPS. Outside actually is a little bit poor. So it could be just because of my graphics card. I have got everything whacked up to max. I've got a 1063 gigabyte, so it should still be pretty good. But as I said as well, it is slightly impacted because I've got an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, absolutely wonderful processor. But OBS is currently using 14% of it, so again, that's 13% performance I won't be getting while I record, so it's probably a mix of all that. But as I said, as long as I stay inside the cab, which I generally do, and only have the odd look outside, the performance is absolutely fine. On high, it was a little bit laggy. So it's a brand new feature. It's released today, so there's quite a high chance there'll be some sort of performance patch once it releases. I mean, it was in beta, obviously, but it will release to everyone now. So it's quite about 1 gig update, not bad. Honestly, it's great timing. As soon as I started this series, I literally checked this morning and I was like, what? Euro Truck needs an update? Because I haven't really been caught up on the world of Euro Truck, as you guys probably know from the last video. Oh, that reminds me, I have not got a keybind set that I like to have set for when the... This is a tip. I like to have the horn as enter, and for when the game, when the truck can't stay still without the parking brake, I can quite quickly turn on the parking brake by hitting number 0 on the keypad. It's like right ahead of where my wheel is, so I can just, and despite that, it just went green, so it's pointless. But for future reference, that's now that. That's one thing that does annoy me about Euro Truck. Whenever you load into a new profile, if you make a new one, you literally have to remap all your controls and your full speed map it. Because I don't play, unfortunately, unlike some games where they have things like buttons that are pre-mapped to each controller. You have to do it all yourself. There's no pre-mapped buttons. Like if you go into FSX, a lot of the buttons that I use are actually just been pre-mapped by the sim. And they are actually quite good buttons. Sometimes they do require some changing. It's not like I never changed them. Oh, this thing lacks a bit of power. It is like 19 tons, yeah. There was another job that was exactly the same sort of payment. It was 24 tons, so I took this one because it was a bit lighter. Because generally, particularly with quick job trucks, they're not going to give you an excellent truck in general. So you can sometimes end up with a bit of a power issue. I'm like, power! Hurry up! That's what I'm like right now. This new route advisor, I'm not sure if it totally works with Hemmel's route advisor. Maybe there'll be an update because it does look the font's a little smaller than it used to be, because they've changed the format of how it looks. They've added a little flag symbol. Apart from that, they haven't really changed an awful lot. They've just tidied it up a little bit. Maybe without the mod, there'd be a bit more change. Maybe I'll try it without the mod another time. Because, you know, that's how it is. But yeah, just cruising along the motorway here. For now, again, unfortunately, I can't exactly tell how long this journey is going to take. I just know based on distance, because it gives you the time as ferry plus land. So that 17 hours isn't 17 hours of driving. It's massive, and the 694 kilometers is not driving. An awful lot of it, because it is quite a long ferry journey. Gonna overtake here, because it's one thing I do find about Euro Truck, the AI. Particularly the trucks, even though the truck limit on this piece of road, which is what I've got activated in the sat nav, is 90, the trucks just crawl along sometimes. Seems to depend on what part of the world you're in. I don't know why they do that. Maybe they just don't want to absolutely push it to a limit. It looks like we've got a toll coming up, so we'll start to slow ourselves down just a touch to about 70 kilometers per hour here. So obviously France and Italy are like the most popular areas in this game for being, for having to pay tolls. Oh, suddenly switch lane. I didn't realise that. Sorry. We didn't get any damage or even a fine. Yeah, I noticed that it wasn't one of those ones where you could just drive straight through. So I turned to the left and whacked a car. That Renault behind, to be exact. Sorry! Just shout sorry to it. Oh dear. Yeah. Probably isn't best pleased with me, that Renault. We'll let it go. Luckily AI, unlike in racing games, AI don't get cross with you. Oh, I like the horn. Has that been changed? It has like an effect to it. That must be the new F-mod sounds from a few updates ago. If you look out the window, it is so nice now. The sounds. I don't like opening the windows while I'm driving though. I quite like it to be nice and quiet in the cab. Although I might get someone's maps to it so you guys can hear it. Maybe in the next episode possibly. I'd rather not take a break now and do it. But yeah, driving along here. Go with 3 of those roadworks, pesky roadworks. That's probably part of the random events. So I do have random events whacked up to max because why not? It's good fun. Detours are like slightly turned down. They're by default basically. I think the detours, because detours can be a pain because they do add a lot of time onto your route. Random road events are a bit nicer. They're like roadworks, little accidents, things like that. They don't cause hassle. They're just interesting. So it's a little bit different. Yeah, this truck has a serious power lack. How much power has it actually got? If you look in diagnostics, it's got 440 Yeah, it's got 440 horses, so not too bad. Maybe, I don't know, it's got a 12-speed gearbox, so again, not particularly lacking on that front. So I don't know, it's just, maybe it's because we are going up a little hill. It is kind of heavy cargo. I mean, heavy cargo is anything above 25 tons. So 19 tons is getting on for being a little bit heavy. I mean, like, generally an average trailer is between 10 and 20 tons, though, so it's on the heavier side, but not crazy heavy. How are we doing for fuel? Obviously, this is like, I can fuel this thing without getting shouted at. No, without having to pay. That's what I love about the quick job. I always just, like, fuel it up for them, like, haha. But we're actually okay. We've got pretty much a full tank. Obviously, that says 537 k's of road distance. Obviously, even though we won't need to fill up because of the fact that the distance down there is not accurate. I mean, what's kind of odd is we're actually heading away. Massive lag. We're actually heading away right now from... Hang a minute. I've just discovered a massive... Okay, well there we go. Saved ourselves a bit of route time. That's weird. There are some weird... I need to learn this. You should always check your route in this game. Because you can see there, look, it says... We save 11 kilometres. You know? And actually 4 minutes. So we do save it. Actually, you know what? We'll stick on this because it's less road changeovers. I thought it was a bit more than 4 kilometres, and then I saw that it's sort of... But yeah, I've got to check the navigation to see what it plans you. There's a number of little things that you can do. You've got to... And obviously we're heading over on the ferry, and then... not really any driving on the other side, unfortunately. We are actually dropped off in the town. I think it's a town, or maybe it's a city. The way we're dropping it off at probably some... Wilnet's Transport, so pretty average, sort of like not one of the special companies, I don't think. Also, we took it from one of the special companies, which is Lisette Logistics. Obviously, I'm not using any company mods. You can get company mods, but generally only for the main base game. I've never been able to get any for like the Viva la France and the Italian DLCs. What's the Italian one called? Is it Italia? And obviously, Iberia is releasing soon. I don't know when. But another toll up here. This will be the end of the toll road. So you have one for the start where you collect a ticket, and then one at the end where you give back your ticket. Obviously, you don't get to do that. It'd be kind of cool actually if you get to see the ticket in your cab. Maybe that can be a future update. Getting to see like a ticket in your cab, and you maybe you press a certain button to hand it over or something. I don't know. You know, just add a little something different. Right, we're gonna turn left. Make sure there's no one there to whack, unlike last time. Sorry, Renault. Sorry, like, what? 53 euros? My word. Luckily, yeah, we're doing a quick job, so it's paid by our employer, but wow. I wonder whether they're that expensive in real life. Like, a French toll road's actually that expensive. This is for trucks, bear in mind, obviously. I haven't really had much experience with toll roads. They do tend to cost more for trucks. But, wow, 53 euros? It wasn't even a particularly long stretch of toll road, so it's a little bit worrying. How does the game perform with the lights on? I do wonder, this game might get a little bit laggy if it starts raining, given the fact we are on the edge of 60 FPS, because Euro Truck's one of those games, I don't know, something like Flight Sim is probably one of the best examples. It's a bit of a weird game, actually, Flight Sim, but if it drops below 60, you don't notice it. You don't notice the FPS drop until it goes below 20, 25, let's say 25. When it goes below 25, you then start to notice it like crazy. It's like a buff, like a weird barrier. So above 25, it feels smooth, crazy smooth. Below 25, lag, nuts. Just feels like absolute terribleness. It's weird, but in Euro Truck, it actually does feel weird as soon as it goes below 60. Maybe it's because I'm used to it being in 60. We want to keep left according to our navigation there. Yeah, because it's one of those weird ones that sort of where the road goes down into 2 lanes briefly. Yeah, I don't know, I've got to say, I have noticed the graphical improvements, particularly inside the cockpit and things. It's the last sort of 2-3 updates of Euro Truck, they have been focusing less on features and more on generally improving the game experience, and I really like that. They've redone a lot of France in the last update, they've redone Lille in this update, a few updates ago they've redone Germany, they brought in the F-mod sounds a couple of updates ago, they've had, obviously, SSAO being introduced in this update. It's really cool. I do quite like it. It shows, it's not just gameplay. It's not just like map that matters. It is gameplay and things like graphical improvements, audio improvements. The audio is a massive improvement. The F-mod sounds are lovely, particularly if you go outside. They are really nice.
Keep right.
But yeah, keep right. And what's really nice as well, you can actually turn off things like SSAO as well. in case they do lag out your machine. So like, you know, they are evolving Euro Truck into one of those games. It works absolutely perfectly on a potato PC, but then if you want to crank it up to the max, like I've done, you know, everything's on ultra, everything's on high, and you need a really beefy PC to do that. It's quite nice. I like games that do that. Diesel Railcar Sim is another one. Honestly, if you stick the Diesel Railcar Sim on potato settings, it can pretty much, you know, any PC can pretty much run it. It's nice when they do that, developers, because it's just like, you know, you don't have, basically, you can run it on a super good PC without bad graphics, and you can run it on a rubbish PC with good performance, because obviously some games have rubbish graphics to accommodate all PCs, but then people with good PCs are sort of left out. And obviously if they give it awesome graphics, then people with lower end PCs will be left out. So it's quite nice to have a mix between sort of gamers and then just casual people who have a laptop with an i3 or something in it, you know, like, you know, typical i3, maybe a little graphics card, or maybe even no just integrated graphics, you know. Now we're cruising along here. I think we'll probably just do this one job this episode. I don't know, we'll have to see how long it takes. But yeah, just cruising along. Euro Truck is a lovely game to play on your board, I've got to say. You know, I've got this 4 weeks from now, you know, until the brand new Flight Sim releases. I was quite disappointed, actually, that the new Train Sim World 2, they delayed it by 2 weeks. I was kind of banking on that, but oh well. What can you do? Now, it doesn't appear that this truck has a retarder, so we're just stuck here going a little bit too quickly for a little bit until we can bleed off the speed. There it is. Oh, I love that's where those F-mod sounds showing. It's like a tunnel. Wow, sounds good. Honestly, this game has come a long way in terms of graphics. You look at like version 1.12 or something of Euro Truck, and you look at this version. Oh, we entered Marseille. Okay. But yeah, you look at version 1.
Right. Then
okay.
Take the exit right.
Okay. Obviously, no, I do play Euro Truck a little bit still. I have a profile that's on like level 30 something. Right. Got lots of money, 100 drivers, just absolutely OP, like unlimited money sort of profile almost. But it is quite nice to sort of start again in Euro Truck, you know, with a little profile for YouTube. Why does it been mid 30? Obviously, we're not exactly joining another motorway here. We're joining into a town actually of Marseille. There we go. Alright, when did we change motorways between those? I'm positive I never noticed that. The changeover of motorways from the A8 to the A7. I don't think I noticed that. Oh well. Too busy chatting to the recording. Right, we enter Marseille. Now we have got to go a little sort of...
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
Got a sort of a bit of a weird path here in Marseille. We've got to sort of go sort of around. Maybe it's like a block of houses or something. And obviously we're going to be on the ferry then, like a 300 and something kilometre ferry, and then it's literally just a tiny little hop on the other side. So you can see if we were allowed to go straight on here, we'd literally be opposite the port, exit. But there's like a port, basically the port dock I think is in the way a little bit, so we've got to take this sort of weird like around. Weirdly, when turning, like, there does seem to be a little bit of an FPS drop. It has just suddenly dropped to 45, and then it's back up to 60. So it's little teeny lags in certain areas of the map. So it's not too bad, though. I'm getting 45 right now. So if I was to stop recording, it would probably just shoot straight back up to 60. So I guess it just depends on the area of the map. It's just gone back up to 60-ish now.
Left turn ahead.
It's not too bad.
Turn left.
So maybe some settings, because the scaling is actually on 400%, so like everything looks super good. I remember when I used to have my old PC, I used to only be able to run it on 100% scaling and like rubbish settings, you know. Euro Truck does look a lot nicer on max settings, gotta say. So I don't know, now I'm facing this way, I'm getting 60 FPS now, so... Must have been maybe a slightly badly optimised area of map, possibly, or maybe some, I don't know, a certain object that was lagging it out, I don't know. So I reckon there will be some performance improvements to this SSAO. I mean, as I said, it literally released today. So it's the first time they've had an opportunity to sort of test it out on everyone rather than just the beta. There you go, stop here, outside the port. This is where if we were delivering something to the port, we'd turn right here, but obviously we're just going on the ferry, we're not delivering anything. I've got to use my handbrake on the keyboard. That's why I set it, it's quite convenient. Like, rather than having to reach over to space, because for me I'm right-handed, so you have to sort of, at least how I have my keyboard and wheel, I have to sort of reach around my wheel. But by using number 0, you can just go, like, right ahead, like an actual handbrake button, almost. Like, for example, you get on a truck like this, where's the handbrake button? Sometimes there tends to be one by the sat-nav, like just under it, like around there, or on the dash somewhere. I don't know where it is on this truck. I don't actually see a handbrake button anywhere. I'm looking at something that moves when I press the handbrake. Okay, I don't know, I can't see the handbrake in this thing then. Oh, it's back there, look, to the right. So it's a little bit in a different place. It's there, bottom right. Obviously there's no mouse cursor to show you with in your truck. No mouse cursor at all. Got another red light up here now. Pesky red lights. It's getting dark now, actually. We'll probably get our... I think I do have sleep turned on, right? Yeah. However, when doing quick jobs, the amount of sleep hours you have isn't really relevant. It's not relevant at all, honestly. The amount of sleep hours you have. Yeah, it looks really nice outside, I've got to say. This, yeah, this is something, you know... If Microsoft Flight Sim, you know, it's almost comparable in terms of, you know, like this takes a world and sort of minimises it. You know, this is the sort of thing that Microsoft Flight Sim is going for, but for the whole world. Like, I just find it amazing, you know? Because obviously this game, it's a bit easier to do all this because it's not based on the... It's based on the real world, but it's scaled down. You know, the Flight Sim, I think they are using satellite. I've seen a few images, actually, of people coming in for approach. Wow, I mean, you can literally fly outside your house, and you'd be like, oh, that's my house. It's amazing. You know, I'm definitely going to do that. Off camera, obviously. But yeah, it's pretty amazing, really.
Go around the roundabout, second exit.
I love this, like, sat-nav voice we've got. The TomTom Voices pack, I do really like it. To whoever made it, if they end up watching this video. Somehow.
Right turn ahead.
Okay. I do like the voice navigation. Again, the voice navigation was nothing they put in a couple of updates ago. Made a massive improvement. Right, on to the ferry terminal. Just watch our trailer behind. All the different ferry terminals are a bit different, so I've got to see. We're just driving on the ferry here. Sometimes you drive on the ferry, sometimes you just head to a little dock and do it that way. Okay. I'm gonna go a bit of a bump to get on, and here we are on the ferry. It would be nice if you could, like, walk around the ferry and things. Right, okay. 14 hours to Porto Vecchio. 1,200 euros. Obviously, our employer will be paying that. And it's morning now. 7:19 European time. So we've basically been on an overnight ferry. Did I not set up, like, activate to be my joy button key? Because it's weird. Like, it's not actually... It's only to press enter. Particularly, it's... normally I use... like, activate, which is joy button 9, I think it's called. No, I never changed it. There we go. We'll add that in then. I was just gonna say, yeah, I don't have an option of using, like, I don't have an option of using that button, but it's fine now. Right, away we go. Just a little 4-minute hop now, basically, to the dock, and we'll drop this thing off and we'll end the video. Perfect sort of half-hour length, actually, which is really nice for episode number 2 of Euro Truck. I'll try and record a good few episodes of these because I want to try and get that, obviously the video upload schedule going. You know, 3 uploads a week we're going for.
Turn left.
Okay, we'll turn left up here then. Onto the lovely island of Corsica now. if I'm getting the name right. Oh, a little bit of lag as it turned, then went down to 30 FPS. That wasn't great. Yeah, I don't know. There seems to be, maybe it's an optimization thing, or maybe it says it loads in the new scenery. But when you turn, it instantly just drops FPS. If you do quite a quick turn, not short ones like on the motorway. It does, like, I don't know. It is better. It is better on the motorway, definitely. It's probably because there's better scenery as well out here, right? Onto the nice basic parking. I can not be bothered to park it fully. And go neutral and get rid of the trailer. There it is. Cool. Not quite level 2, but there we go, guys. That is that for today. It's a nice little upgrade, this, actually. I'm quite happy with the version 1.38. Waiting for some more money we can get from the bank. We have got money to buy that Scania, but I'm going to save up a little bit more. I want to make sure we can actually afford a half-decent truck. So, there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one for this episode, for another episode of ep2. Bye-bye!